Hello. So, what we got going on is in like half an hour, we have a stream that Nintendo is going to be putting on. Maybe. Let me show you all what I have in front of me. If I can get a picture of it. This is the UK Nintendo page right now. Nothing has changed at all. It's still saying just the same thing. Let's see, how quick can I put an image on here? There. This is what we got. Talking about today, 10 p.m. UK time, which is, my guy hosting? I was about to say, I hope that's an auto-host, because if it's not, then, man, you made a bad choice. That was an auto-host, though. Thanks, smart guy. Basically, Mario fan, what this Nintendo thing is, somebody on Ubisoft's team said something along the lines of, like, oh, keep a lookout. You got some kind of internet blowing up level announcement Nintendo is going to be making. And it's like, okay, well, when? And then Nintendo UK posts this, saying to tune in what is a half hour from now, to discover a new interactive experience for Nintendo Switch that's specifically crafted for kids and those who are kids at heart. So, you know, keeping your expectations a little bit moderated here, but, you know, one guy said, well, it's going to blow up the internet, and the other one said it's for kids. Those could be the same announcement. So I figured if they're going to do a direct, then I'm going to stream it. It doesn't matter what it's about. And even if they don't, even if it's just some kind of web page, then, you know, I'll still stream the web page. Why not? It's on. Why is it nowhere on Twitter? Okay, that makes me think this is gonna be nothing. But regardless, I kind of want to, you know, I kind of want to stream it and talk about it and stuff. This is like the first interesting Nintendo thing to happen in a long time, and it could be a complete bust, and I almost hope it is, because that'd be hilarious. But let me check the Nintendo Facebook page. Can I make this image a little bit bigger? Maybe fill the whole TV. No, that looks terrible. Whatever, it's staying. Says it'll be on their YouTube. Oh, thanks, because I have their Twitch set up. So let me find my YouTube source. There you go. There's a Smite video in it. Give me a second. Okay. What's up, Rufus? So I guess Nintendo's YouTube page, I'd have to find the specific YouTube link, you know, for the live stream, so I might have to wait to add that in. Let me go ahead and hide this one. Put Reggie back up. But what do you guys think it's gonna be? This could be, if it is gonna blow up the internet, then it's gotta be something big, right? Maybe? Probably not, but, you know. Just got a Nintendo Switch? Well, congratulations. It is a great console. Buy you a Nintendo Switch? Hey, I'd love to, but I don't have, what is the word? Money! Yeah, that's it. But, keep an eye out for sales. You never know. Around E3 time, maybe. The Nintendo Switch is a great console, though. All jokes aside. Very, very good. Yeah, Rufus, that's the thing. My main question with this is, if this is so big, why didn't they show this during a like full length direct? You know, they did the little short one, so. Kapu, I would actually play that. Any Animal Crossing online, that would be kind of fun. Even if it's Amiibo Festival. I would like to see that. Oh man, I'd feel terrible if it was the Switch 2.0, for real. Like, for me and for everyone else, because I know a bunch of people who just got their Switch. So yeah, the video's not up on their YouTube yet. It's not on here either. Mario Party 11. Damn. Uh, you know what? No, see, okay, because we got this image to go on. This is all we have to go on so far. Tune in to discover, and I'm gonna make this normal size again, because this is bugging me. Oh, what did I just resize? Whoops. I resized Reggie. Hold on. Where's the image? I hate OBS. Alright, there we go. Tune in to discover a new interactive experience for Nintendo Switch, and it says specifically crafted for kids. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's definitely not VR too. And that's what I was saying before. It's like, if this is for kids, it can't be VR, because VR cannot be played by kids. It messes with their eyes. So this can't be VR. I said, well, maybe it's augmented reality. Maybe it's something where, you know, kids can go out and see Pokemon and like catch them or something. Or if it's gonna blow up the internet too, which is what the Ubisoft guy said, then yeah, interactive experience sounds like something that's not a game, but it could be a game. It could be an interactive game. Oh yeah, I need to go back to 100%ing Odyssey. That game is going to be, well, I mean, I already played it, but it was very fun. 100%ing it is going to be just as fun. What if it's a bomb? Well, I will be live streaming a bomb. VR you know what? If it is VR chat, I'm gonna say one thing: that is definitely not crafted for kids, because I watched someone stream that yesterday, and man, no way. That is not for kids, not even a little bit. There's some weird people on VR chat, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I mean, I would love for it to be, oh, 4chan rumor on what it is. I'm a journalist, I have to cover it. Oh, okay. What do you guys think? Should I show this rumor? It's up to you guys. If you want to see this rumor, I'll show it. If you'd rather wait and then I can talk about it later, I won't show it yet. The troll? This is a troll? I think it's a troll too. That's my thing. So I'm just gonna show it. Let me see. I'm gonna have to get rid of all these different image sources in a little bit. Otherwise, my OBS is gonna be like cluttered. So this is what we're dealing with. We put it on the television. Alright. So, let me get rid of the post-it note. So, it's called Nintendo Pixel Bits. Similar to Lego, but not quite. Build shapes, characters, small sets similar to the 8-bit Mario and Link amiibo. The IR camera on the right Joy-Con reads them and incorporates them into games. Comes in sets to build various characters. At launch will be Mario, Link, Luigi, Squid, like I guess from Rocket Power, Kirby, Samus, as well as a Mushroom Kingdom set containing a 1-up mushroom, flagpole, etc. Harder pixel bits such as Bowser and Ganondorf will contain... I should turn my phone off. More bits and will be aimed more at adults to put together. They're not amiibo. Okay, so one line in there that aimed more at adults, that if there's anything in here aimed at adults, goes against what that other image said. So, I mean, outside of the fact this is fucking ridiculous, I think that's enough to say, it's probably not what's going to be announced in a few minutes. But, I love rumors. I always have, so I don't know. What do you guys think the odds are of us getting Nintendo Legos and that destroying the internet? Anything? No? Yeah, me either. So this is still all we have to go on. This is the only official news we really have, as far as I know. So if this is my other thing. If this is going to be a direct, which is a possibility it won't be, but if they're going to use the direct name on it, then this has to be big, because they did just do that mini direct a couple weeks ago. Or a week ago, whenever that was. Yeah, kids at heart. Exactly, but still centered around kids. I feel like the kids at heart thing feels like a marketing ploy, where it's like, this is for kids, but adults, you can play this too. Kind of like Disney Infinity, right? Where I'm sure they've said at some point, like, yeah, this is for kids, but adults can love Disney Infinity too. And I've met a few adults who like Disney Infinity, you know. Not me, but a few people. And hey, I mean, it's probably a great game. It sold a ton of stuff. Yeah, Gosso, I'm feeling that same way, and that's the main reason I decided, like, I didn't even stream the mini direct. That seemed like a waste of time. This feels like a big deal, and even if it's not that big of a deal, it should be enough of a big deal for it to be worth at least streaming and talking about. Uh, Guardian Breath of the Wild. I don't know what a Guardian looks like. Let me look this up. I haven't played. Confession, I have not played Breath of the Wild. It looks boring to me. But, you know, who can say? Guardian Breath of the Wild. Let me see this. Whoa, yeah. No. No one would buy that. That's too much. Actually, you know what? There are people who are crazy about Legos and putting together like Millennium Falcons and stuff. There's a market for it. Disney Infinity and Lego Dimensions. Lego Dimensions looked fun. I'll say that. I've always loved Lego games. Hey, it's not. Yeah, that's obviously a joke. But just to cover every base, there's no way it's another console, because then, like, this has so little press. I probably wouldn't have heard about it if not for being told. You know, it's if it's ever going to be a new console, it's probably going to be an E3 Direct, and it's going to be a really, really big deal. They're going to hype it up for weeks. Uh, you know, I'm thinking over this, and to think of the things that are crafted for kids. Like, I understand how people would believe that Pixel Bits rumor, because that is for kids. Whoa, I think I peaked my mic a second. Let me did I pick my mic? Was that an issue? Let me see if I can fix this, because I don't want to be one of those streamers that sounds really obnoxious the whole time because he's way too loud. Uh, they're not going to release a new console anytime soon, with Switch selling at record pace. Yes, that is the best point. On a new console at E3, new console next year, new console, even the year after that, the Switch is selling too well. They held on to the Wii U for years, and that was a flop, you know, for Nintendo. Not a massive flop, but enough of one. So marketed around kids, and something Ubisoft would have a piece of. I feel like Ubisoft likes the idea of a gimmick. So we brought up Disney Infinity. Do you think there's a possibility that there could be a Disney Infinity type thing that is going to use amiibos, and that's going to involve like adventuring through different lands of Nintendo? You know, you think that's a possibility? Because that is something I could see them doing. They obviously like pushing amiibo. They like people buying amiibo, and they have the capability for amiibos to work with the Switch, but not really any games that use that yet. Like Odyssey and Breath of the Wild and stuff. It's like, oh, put an amiibo on and you get a costume. It's like, yeah, who cares? They probably want a game eventually that's gonna say like, hey, you have an amiibo and that's a character for you. And I would try it, but you know, Virtual Boy Mini, man, they would get sued. I think there's no way that would be safe. Virtual Boy was so red. Like I played one once at like Nintendo of America. I like put my eyes up to it for like maybe 5 minutes, tried to play the game, and I was like, this is hurting my eyes. And then like everything was blue. I'm like, no wonder these didn't sell. But you never know. They could say like, hey, like it wouldn't be today, but at E3 say like, hey, we're working on a VR headset and we're gonna call it the Virtual Boy, and people are gonna be like, oh yeah, that's all the like VR is a closed market unless they call it Virtual Boy, and then Nintendo will lead VR because people will go for it for that reason. What's up, Brian? How's it going? It's gonna start up in like 15 minutes. Pretty excited. You see, I feel like Mario Maker, to address that, I think that was not made for kids. I feel like that was made for like Miyamoto, to be honest. I think people like Miyamoto and Nintendo were like, you know what? It'd be really fun if we could just make a game where we can keep making levels and it wouldn't require all this coding. It'd be like a base. And hey, I hope Mario Maker comes to the Switch because I loved that game. As soon as that was announced, I was on board. Since I was a kid, I wanted a game where I could make my own levels, and I always loved Mario. Putting those two together, it's like, wow. Perfect game for me. So I'm trying to confirm right now how exactly they're going to be streaming this, because I don't want to end up in a situation where like, okay, we started it and then I miss it, you know, with all this, hey, you know, buzz around whatever this announcement's going to be. I'd kind of like to see it. Mario Maker is a brilliant idea. I'm so glad someone had it, and then unfortunately it had to be on the Wii U. But you never know; it could come to the Switch. Mario Maker DX. Mario Kart Maker would be amazing too. Any Mario type game with Maker at the end, I love it. Mario Maker would be awesome TBC. But that's not what's gonna. Again, I think this is gonna be bigger than like a game is returning. I think it's gonna be smaller than a new console. But I'm not ruling out something like augmented reality. I think that's as big as it could be. Uh, Sarah, you said a second ago that it was on Nintendo's Facebook about it. I'm gonna look this up real quick just to make sure that I'm like good to go. Tune in here on Facebook or at youtube.com/Nintendo at 5 Eastern Time, which is in 10 minutes. A new even on Facebook they say a new interactive experience for Nintendo Switch that's specially crafted for kids and those who are kids at heart. Mario Maker's new funky mode? No, that's exclusive to Dark Souls, baby. A Twitter post by Sega? I'm not sure. Oh, Alexa, stop. I forgot I had set an alarm for this. So let me look this up, said that Sega made a Twitter post. Let me see what they said. Dude, I love Rec Room so much. Anyone, if you say Nintendo and Rec Room in the same sentence, that is like guaranteed buy for me. Even though Rec Room is free, I would have bought it. That game is, it is the best VR experience, hands down. So let's look at Sega. Retweets. I don't really see anything unless I'm on the wrong page. Here's Japanese Sega. Let's translate this to English and see if I can make anything out. They have some posts, but I don't see anything about even related to this. If you can find it, let me know, because I'm very interested in seeing what it's about. But my guess is it doesn't have anything to do with Sega either. This feels like it's going to be a big deal for Nintendo, and not like a third party. Even it is a third party like Sega, you know, which Sega is basically Nintendo at this point. Man, 8 minutes. I keep refreshing the Nintendo YouTube page just because, like, as soon as that video comes up, I'm gonna have to transplant it into my source. I wish it was gonna be done on Twitch. That would be a lot easier. Let me see. What are the odds that maybe... Nope. Nothing yet. Let me get rid of this image, because it's like... Yeah, I'll just make it smaller. Kind of covering up the chat. There we go. Sup, Rick? A Nintendo version of Rec Room where you can play games like all the Marios with other... Like Nintendo Land, but basically in VR, you know? That would be a great idea. Just like playing the... Well, no, okay. It sounded like a good idea at first, but then you remember the game where you're like, what, like a bunch of toads and you're trying to chase down Mario or something like that. In VR, that would probably get me sick. Like, you wouldn't be able to literally run in your space, and the teleport mechanic wouldn't work for that, so, you know, you'd either be running into your wall, or you'd be, like, falling on your ass, or something like that, you know. That kind of stuff doesn't work with me. But I'm sure they could figure something out. It's Nintendo. And I'm sure they're going to try and get in on the either VR, AR, or this new thing I'm hearing about, MR, which I think is just AR, just by a fancier name. You know, they're going to get in on one of those. It's Nintendo. They led the charge into motion controls and, like, touch screens and all that stuff. They're behind as far as VR is concerned, but they've got something planned. MR, that is mixed reality, where it's like... The description is AR. It's like you see the world around you, but there's other stuff in it, which is augmented reality. Sup, Pulv? Couch multiplayer games, people want you to play them on a couch in VR. That would be really sick, honestly. Like that, at first I was like, okay, that's kind of ridiculous, but I'm like, okay, so you tell me I can put on a VR headset and I can play, like, let's say Super Mario Bros. 3 or something like that with my friend, and I can look over and he's sitting beside me, even though we're in two completely different states or something. That would be really cool. It really would be. It would be a little bit more pathetic if, instead of a friend living in a different state, it's a friend who lives like 5 minutes away. But still, it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. You would think... okay, I'm going to compare the Virtual Boy to the iToy. Whenever the Wii was making what I'm going to say the first real leap into motion controls, I would always say, like, Wii is the first console to use motion controls, and everyone would say, no, do you remember the iToy? And I'd say, I remember the iToy. What the fuck's your point? It's like, well, the iToy did motion controls first, but that doesn't count. It absolutely doesn't. You play an iToy and you play the Wii,
After you.
completely different experience. Thank you, Gosso, for following. I appreciate that. But same thing with Virtual Boy and like PSVR, because I have a PSVR and I've tried Virtual Boy. I can make this comparison. If you put on a Virtual Boy, not only is everything red and uncomfortable to look at, that's issue number one, but issue number two is you don't have like the depth of field that a real VR headset gives you. You don't feel like you're in the game. You just feel like you're really close to a TV, you know? That's all it really is. But if you put on a PSVR and you go into Rec Room and you go into a room where it's like, hey, let's play basically versus racquetball called paddleball. It's like, let's play paddleball. It's like, you forget that you're not actually there. Like, I've gone on top of a building before and looked down and gotten afraid. Like, I'm very afraid of heights. So I look down off this building. I feel like I'm about to fall like 20 stories. It's insane. Virtual Boy never did that. Kinect was an iToy clone. Absolutely. And people called it motion controls, and it kind of was, but it really wasn't. There's no controller. It doesn't count. I'm not saying the Kinect was bad. I'm saying... Well, no, okay, I'm saying the Kinect was bad. I'm sorry, Pulv. The Kinect was not fun. Everyone hated it, and then they bundled it with Xbox One, which I think was the single biggest nail in the coffin for the Xbox One. I think so many more people would have gotten the Xbox One if not for the forced bundle with Kinect, and then everyone's like, no, I'm gonna get the PS4. Oh, you found it? Cool. Technically, your body was controller. I remember that ad campaign. Your body is the controller with Xbox Kinect. Oh, it's 3 days ago? Well, what did it say? What's the gist? Yes, this is about to start. Otherwise, I'd bring it up on the screen and stuff. Or at least I think it's about to start. That is what I've been promised, but I'm still not seeing a video anywhere. I'm gonna go to the Nintendo Facebook again and see if they updated anything. Kinect was art. If you say so. Let me see here. Oh, it's about the Direct Mini? Okay. 3 minutes. Well, technically 2 minutes now. I'm getting worried because there's no link. I'm gonna have to be like super fast replacing the thing for this. Yo, Kairos, it's about time. Let me go ahead and get rid of this image. Oh, whoops. No, don't do that. No link yet. I'm waiting. It might show up at 4 at my time, 5 Eastern, whatever. 10 UK. So we'll see. One minute. I keep refreshing their YouTube. I hope they give us like a minute before it starts. It's only 2. Good point. Come on, 1 minute. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see what this is all about, huh? I keep refreshing their YouTube. It is basically time. I got maybe 10 seconds left. I am refreshing like a madman right now. Also refreshing their YouTube page. Or their Facebook, I mean. It's a video upload. Hey, if it's a video upload, I'll do it. You'll still see it as soon as it's up. Okay, it is time. Where is it? No. Come on. Hey, listen. You gotta show me what's going on. Otherwise, Like, what am I supposed to do? The time has come. Where's the video, Nintendo? Oh. Oh. Okay, it's just a video, so here we go. You guys are ready for this. I don't know if I am. Here we go. What is this? No, what is it? Oh no! What is this? What is this? This is so weird. Dude, what the hell? How? This is so weird. This is really cool, yeah. I'm just curious, like, price and how it works, really. What is this? Oh. Oh, man. What? Some of these games look really cool. Oh, what the hell? This looks so complicated. Hey, no way am I gonna draw on this. Yeah, I liked building stuff too as a kid, but I wasn't good at it. That's the problem. Okay. 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 So we got here is, let me pull up the video again, because I missed some information at the very end. I'll see if I can get a high-def picture of it. Let's see, because they showed, like, a product. April 20th. Okay. So, here we go. Put this in the paint real quick. That's Nintendo. Alright, there we go. So here we go. What we got here is cardboard. Anyone call cardboard? If so, you're a genius. Because that is exactly what we have been given. I'll agree, though, with the sentiment that this has a lot of potential. It really, honestly does. So let's look at this. You got the Toy-Con 1 and the Toy-Con 2. One is a variety kit, so you show the fishing rod, the steering wheel thing, the house, the piano, which was the coolest thing that I think they showed. And then, you know, what is basically just the fucking controller for the Joy-Cons that they already give you. And then the robot kit, which looks so unnecessarily complicated, but could be really fun if it works. Here's the issue I have. Do you really expect kids to put this together? If I was a kid and I had this, it would be broken in a week. So how much is this gonna cost? I wish they had given a price. Because right now, I'm picturing something like this, you're talking $100. I really think so. Even though it's a bunch of cardboard, I think you're talking $100. And if you don't get a warranty on it, you're talking $100 for a week, and then it's broken. So, the only thing about it being cardboard that has me hopeful is that maybe they made it cardboard so it could be really cheap. And maybe we're talking $50 here for a Nintendo Labo. Yeah, if it's not cheap, they're really stupid. But then again, they have been pricing up a lot of their stuff. You know, Joy-Cons are super expensive. Controllers are super expensive. Additional docks are super expensive. So I'm hoping it's $50 at a max. Because if it's not, then I don't know. But it looks so intricate. It looks like not only does it look like it'd be a pain in the ass to put together, if you're somebody who's really into Legos and stuff like that, this would be a dream. But like, for most of us, we kind of want to get something out of a box and use it. You know, if we paid money for it, the putting together is not really the fun part, right? I'm thinking you get this for your kid and it sits in the corner and it doesn't get opened unless you put it together. If you get it for yourself, you use it once or twice, and then you realize that they only made like one game for it. Like, you look over at Robot Kit, that's going to be used for ARMS. There's no way it's not. And that's going to be pretty fun, but ARMS is ARMS, you know. You already can do that with the Joy-Cons. Why do you need strings and a backpack? Like, I like the idea, because the strings obviously are going to send some kind of information and say like, okay, well, your feet are in this position, your hands are in this exact position, your arms are this much outstretched, you know. It could be used for a different game, and there's definitely going to be some kind of tech demo for it. What's up, Ouija? How's it going? But, I feel like Toy-Con 1, to call it that, the variety kit, that's going to be the one everyone gets. The robot kit, that's going to be something that, honestly, you should probably buy, because in like 10 years, it's going to be rare because no one bought it, and then someone's going to want to try it. This is going to be merchandise that people are going to look at in like years and years from now and say like, man, that was actually kind of cool. But in the present, it is a bunch of cardboard, and it has a ton of potential, but I am gonna wait until April 20th to make a final decision on like what I actually think about it. I don't plan on getting it, but that's me. Like they said in the picture and like everywhere, it's like, this is for kids. This is a kids thing. It's like, yeah, I get it. It is a kids thing. I'll agree 100%. And this is a great idea for kids. Almost. It's still cardboard. You give kids cardboard, it gets destroyed. That's just what happens with it. So if it's like a really sturdy cardboard, then this will be fine. Yeah. And there has to be some kind of electronics in it too. It interfaces with the Switch, so there's something there. And I'd like to draw attention with the Toy-Con 2, the robot kit. The kid has some kind of goggles on. But I think there's no way they can have it be the only thing that makes sense is that in that headset is the actual Switch mounted. But you see the age, it says 6 and up. From what I've understood, anything with VR, even if it's just like the what is it, like the Google Cardboard or whatever it is, where you put like the phone in the actual thing, like having a screen that close to your eyes, and if you're not at least like 12 years old, I think it is, it messes with your eyes too much. It can be very harmful to your eyes. So I don't know what they have in front of their eyes. If it is the Switch, damn, that is really close to that kid's face. If it is just aesthetic, then that's fine, but where do you put the Switch? Is it in the backpack? Or I don't know, because all these others, you see where the Switch goes. You look at the piano, it's right there. You look at the, I guess the motorcycle handles or whatever, it's right there. The house, it's right there. Fishing rod, it's right there, you know. Honestly, I would love to say, oh, I'm let down by this, but I'm not. This is better than I thought it was going to be, if I'm perfectly honest. I was expecting something really, really lame, and this ended up being neat, and I'm curious about how it works. And I was saying before, like, Nintendo are the revolutionaries in video games. They have been doing everything before anyone else. You know, so for them to put this out of here, or out there, you know, the Nintendo Labo or Labo or whatever, this is not going to be the end of whatever they call this concept. Like, inevitably, it's going to succeed, and Nintendo's going to upgrade it, and if they upgrade it in a way that Sony sees, and they're like, oh, you know what, this looks cool, Sony's going to do it, Microsoft's going to do it, and they're going to do it for adults, right? They're going to have, like, oh, mod out your controller to be a steering wheel, and it's like, oh, that's so cool, you know, or something. Oh, we got an official article now. Okay. Oh, prices. So what do we got? Prices on the Nintendo Labo. Let's load the page. Needless to say, the page is taking a long time to load. I'm sure they have a ton of traffic on their site right now. $70. Bad. Over 50. I'm gonna say again, you do not buy $70 of cardboard for your kids. You don't. And I understand. I was saying, like, this looked expensive, and I could have seen it even being $100. But you gotta make it cheaper. This is intricate. This is incredible. Like, really, the fact that they can do this looks insane. I love the idea. But it's cardboard. Cardboard is fragile. You play the piano a little bit too hard, you're gonna fuck up a $70 product. And that doesn't work. $80 for the Robo kit? So, what you're talking is, if your kid is really into Toy-Con 1, then you have to put up another $80 for Toy-Con 2. I can't get this page to load, but you basically said everything, I think. It's definitely not wood. A wood would be way more expensive than that. Like, you tell me that you got basically a wood kit that lets you build something this intricate, yeah, you're talking hundreds of bucks. Wood is not cheap. And, you know, it is cardboard because they showed it, but, you know, other than that. This is, absolutely insane. I love it. I really, honestly love it, but I love it as a spectator, not as a potential customer. And I am a big fan of Nintendo, and that's why I'm worried about this. I'm worried that Nintendo is going to take a kind of a hit for... Oh, Star Ranger, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm worried that Nintendo is going to take like a little bit of a hit for putting this out. I feel like this is going to be their product that everyone looks back and says, why did they do that? The world was not ready. Brian, I would love to believe that the price would change. But, oh, let's see if I can load this one. Probably not. Every time Nintendo announces something new, none of their sites work. So, oh, there we go. Launching April 20th, 2018. Let me see if I can set something up real quick. So I can show you guys this web page, just in case you're not able to get in too, which would be a real possibility. Let's see. Switch to scenes, gonna be Control 9. This over here. Go full screen. Alright. So here we go. We got hold on a second. I just realized there's something wrong with my layout. Let me fix that. Okay. Starting at $69.99 MSRP. Let's see. At Toy-Con 1, Toy-Con 2, we've seen that. Is there anything we haven't seen? Customization set. Okay, so here's one thing. It does include Nintendo Switch software. I don't think any of us were really thinking about that when it came down to the price. But it's